Hello guys, welcome back to Python Basic Tutorial Series Day 13 class. It's me Ashadim Shetty taking you people to understand the basic concept of Python. In my previous class, we have discussed about how to pass a string as a parameter and also how to return a value from the function. We have demonstrated some examples also for those topics. Today we are going to discuss the topic called Python Standard Library. Python has a very extensive standard library in it. The Python standard library is a collection of many built-in functions that can be called in the program as and when required, thus saving the programmer's time and creating those commonly used functions every time. The Python standard library can be classified into two types. One is built-in functions and another one is module. In this class, we are going to discuss about built-in functions. So let us see the built-in functions in the Python. The built-in functions are the ready-made functions in Python that are frequently used in the programs. We may use in our previous programs also some built-in functions. For example, for getting the input from the user, we have used input function, and to display the output on the screen we have used print function. These are all the built-in functions from in the Python. So for example, let us see a is equal to int of input enter a number. So it asks the user to enter the number. So I am giving number 10, so that the 10 is stored in the A. Let's display A now. Print A. So 10. So this input and print both are the built-in functions that are used to get the input from the user and display the output on the screen respectively. So these two are the built-in functions user can be called and used without defining it. These definitions are already defined in the Python library, Python standard library. Okay, well guys, now let us see how can we categorize some of the frequently used built-in functions in Python. So we can categorize them as I have shown one category, that is input or output. So that for input function, and output print function. And second category we can see like data type conversions. We have already discussed that, like bool function and char function, dictionary function, dict function, float, int function, list function, ord, order function, set function. Like this, these are all the data type conversions built-in functions. So another category we can see, that is mathematical functions. These functions are very much useful in the Python programming. It makes very easier work in the program to the programmers. So like mathematical functions, like we use absolute ABS function, division mod function, div mod function, maximum function, that is max function, min function to calculate the minimum value in the sequence of values. Then power function, I have in the previous class we have demonstrated an example to exponent, that is power function, and sum function to calculate the sum of the value. These are all the mathematical functions that are built-in functions in the Python. And some other functions also we have, like import function and len function, that is used to calculate the length of the string in the program and given the string. And range function we frequently use it in the for loop, and type function used to get the type of the variable. We have already seen some built-in functions demonstrated with the example. Now let us see some frequently used functions and very much necessary functions in the program. So first I will go with the ABS function, that means absolute function. The absolute function, this function, for example, if I give x, absolute of x, that x may be an integer or floating point number. It may take arguments integer or floating point number, and it is going to return the value of x, absolute value of x. For example, if I give integer value here, that is 4, then it will give 4 as the absolute, it will return the absolute value. If I give the absolute of minus 5.7, then it will give 5.7. okay, that means it will not consider the sign of the given argument. It will give the positive answer only. So like this we can use the absolute functions in our program. So second function we can use div mod function. In div mod function, if I pass x as a argument, for example, no, it takes two arguments, x and y, where x and y are integers, and it returns the value in the form of tuple. In the form of tuple, the tuple gives a quotient in one form and quotient and remainder. Let us check div mod of x. Let us give one example. 7, 2. Integer value I am giving 7, 2. It returns the value in the form of tuple. I said this 3 is the quotient and 1 is the remainder. Okay. Another example we can see, div mod of, I will give some floating point value 7.5, 2 now. Okay. Now let us see how it will give. This will give 3.0, 1.5. okay, understood? So this is the use of div mod function. Now let us see max function. Max function you can use, we are going to give some sequence of values. For example, x, y, z, any sequence of values we are going to give like this. So this x, y, z, these are all the arguments passed into the max function, and it may be integer value, or it may be floating point number, or it may be floating point number, and it returns the largest number in the sequence, or largest of two or more arguments. Okay, so let us give some example now. Like I am going to pass max of, I am going to pass list value, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this list, it is going to display now max value from this list. So that is maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4 is 4. So same way I am going to give now some floating point value. I will give now 3.5, 5.5, and I will use some negative number also. That also no problem. We can give positive or negative number, anything is fine. And 8.5. So among this sequence, it is going to return the maximum value, that is 8.5 is the maximum value. Same way we can use minimum value. Minimum value also takes sequence of values like x, y, any x, y, z, like this sequence of values we are going to give. So for example, I am going to give now 3, 5, 8, 7, 4. Among these, it is going to return the minimum value, that is 3. Okay, understood? So apart from integer and floating value passing into the max function and min function, we can pass string as a parameter. Let us check now. Max of Python I will give. Okay, so in this it is going to give the value which is maximum. So why is the maximum value? It is based on the ASCII value. Okay, same thing I am going to check for the minimum value, minimum of Python. So h is the minimum from this string. So this is also based on the ASCII value. Now we are going to see the another built-in function, that is power. This power function is used to calculate the power of the any variable, that is the power of the any number. For example, it takes x and y as the arguments. x to calculate the x power to the y. So let us give the value 2 comma 5. It should give the result, it should return the result as 2 to the power of 5. That 2 to the power of 5 is 32. Okay, so same thing I am going to give now another value, that is reverse of previous one, that is 5 comma 2. Let us check. 25. 5 to the power of 2 is 25. Understood? Well guys, now let us see, already we have used sum function many times. So the sum function takes arguments has, for example, if I give x comma, we have to provide numbers in the form of a list. Okay, for example, for that I will give now in the form of list 1 comma 5 comma 4 comma 7. In this list it is going to compute the sum of these all the given numbers and provide the result as the total. So this 1 5 4 7 total is 17. Like this we can use the sum. And another inbuilt function that is we are going to see, that is len function. This len function takes one argument. For example, if I give x as a argument, this x can be a sequence or any list or any string, and in this argument it counts the elements present in the string. Okay, for example, if I give len of Python, it calculates or it counts the number of elements, that means number of characters present in the given string. There are 6 characters. If I give some other example, for example, if I give my name Ashwath, so it will check the number of letters present in this name and it will give the value, that is 7. So understand? Okay guys, these are all the frequently used inbuilt functions present in the Python standard library. Today we have learned one part of the standard library, that is inbuilt functions. So next part is modules. Let us see module in our upcoming video. I hope today's class, all this demonstration found informative for you all. So practice all those things and learn programming with me easily. Like the video and share to your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.